guys, my name is Dustin, and if you're watching this is a FAQ video for NASCAR Diecast videos. I know there weren't a lot of questions asked, but I'm going to go ahead and do a little FAQ video. If you have any questions of your own, leave a comment down and I'll gladly answer for you. So, let's get started. Question number one is, where do I mostly get my cars from? Mostly I get them from eBay for less. They got some great prices on eBay, and it is very amazing. Sometimes in rare occasions, I go to a flea market or antique mall in Byron. If you don't know where Byron is, it's in Peach County, and Peach County does have a antique outlet mall, so it's best to check them out if you are ever in Middle Georgia. So, question number 2 is, will I ever do 1/64 reviews? With the camera that I have now, the Kodak EasyShare M532, it would be impossible to do it. Because the reason why is that it won't be able to pick up what it's actually viewing. Question number 3 is, what do I like better, the Lionel action racing collectibles or the regular action collectible cars? This is a hard choice between both of those. I'm basically going to have to go with Lionel action racing collectibles because their cars are well made. Question number 4 is, what basic time period do I collect cars? Basically, I collect them from anywhere past to 2011, but there was a little rule that there's a rule that I broke personally, and I will tell you all about it. The Denny Hamlin car that I did a review on months ago was for free. I basically didn't pay a dime for it. I will discuss more in there. And ironically, that's actually my next question. Question number 5 is, where did I get the Denny Hamlin car? The 2013 Denny Hamlin number 11 FedEx / left turn tribute car was for free. Now, where did I got it from, you may ask? There is a page on Facebook called Pole Night Distribution. Well known. It's basically all based out of North Carolina. They've been in business for 20 years. That's amazing. If you want to check out their Facebook or their online store, I am glad to leave it down in the description below, as I normally would do, so that way external links so you guys can check out what they have. Basically, the contest was to share your favorite NASCAR memory. My favorite NASCAR memory was, of course, going to my first ever NASCAR Nationwide, then Xfinity Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The story came about around in October, like mid-October. My radio station, Q106.3, did a contest for signing up for a go-kart event at Giant G's Fun Center. Now, I signed up myself, and I happened to won, but the problem is I didn't win the tickets itself. I had, I think, the second slowest lap time, because who knows, it sucks. But unaware, there was a guy, he was going for the grand prize itself. He came up to us saying, hey guys, I'm here to win the grand prize, but if I win the tickets, I'll give it to you guys. And I'm blown away. Like, I was like, oh, you really didn't have to do that, but that's cool. So there was like a little alliance being formed. He was sitting in third place around the time. If he were to hold on until the end, to the end of the event, he would win the tickets and give them to us. And surprisingly, he did. He really, really did. So he gave us the tickets, and we walked away happy. And then until about, I'd say, 2 weeks later, Thursday, my mom received a phone call from my dad saying that my grandmother died due to COPD. Basically, my dad's mom, my mom's mother-in-law, well, daughter-in-law, well, my dad's mom perspective is like daughter-in-law, but hers is like her mother-in-law. Well, give or take. I was grandson. And that just really, boom. That just really rocked things up. Like, it took a wrong, definite turn somewhere. I knew we weren't going to stay for the Sunday race. So basically, I went to Facebook and asked someone if anyone wants 2 tickets to go to the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Labor Day weekend. Message me and the tickets are yours. Basically, I got a message from one of my friends saying that he would love to go. So he came over, I gave him the tickets, he went and had a great time. I stayed for the Saturday race, which was the Great Clips 300 benefiting Feed the Children, which is nationwide and Xfinity Series race. Kevin Harvick happened to win that race. But the moment, one of the greatest moments, was exiting the tunnel into the grandstands and watching those sprint cars going by. That was the only time I ever get to see those cars race for practice. And ironically, a year after my grandmother died, not a year. Then came around February. That same friend that I gave tickets to happened to win 2 tickets for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Atlanta race weekend. That covers qualifying, the Xfinity Camper World Truck Race, which basically those 2 fall on the very same day, which was Saturday, the doubleheader for Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then you got the Sprint Cup race. And I had a great time. I did a vlog, an adventure vlog, first ever. The captain's vlog took place at Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of the greatest projects I ever done. So I ended up having to go to Nebraska for my grandmother's funeral. Got that done. We traveled back here to Georgia, and ironically, Casey Kane happened to win in the Atlanta race in 2013 and locked himself into the chase before Richmond. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get off that. If there's a certain favorite car that I would like, would I buy it? Only if it's not high priced. But of course, the number 1 car that I would love to have is a Dale Earnhardt Sr. 1997 GM Goodwrench crashed car. That is one that I would love to have. I've seen one go for about $400 on eBay. But it's only gold. Would I ever do a Richard Petty car? Yes, I will. I basically do about any kind of car. Will I do NASCAR memorabilia reviews? I'm gonna have to go ahead and take a no on that one. Because if it were like to be a real exact sheet metal, like a quarter panel, a hood, trunk, anything, I would do it. I would definitely do it. Tire? Heck yeah. Also, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stray away from that, and I'm going to go straight to the Star Trek Starships collection. FAQ. When did I start subscribing? I started around in April of 2014. My first ship was the USS Enterprise D. I have a playlist of all the reviews to this day. To this day, the last video review I did was the USS Equinox. And that one is just recent. How did I get subscription gifts? If you subscribe to the Star Trek Starships collection from Eagle Moss, if you sign up for some kind of members club, you will basically get the subscribers subscription gifts, which is actually absolutely amazing. The first gift that I got was the binder, which is basically you start out with a binder, and if you work your way, like if you stay subscribed for 6 months, you get the Enterprise dedication plaque. I already did a review on that, and it's right down on the description. Check out the playlist button. Why did I decide to do the Star Trek Starships? You know, since I already done all the Creo sets and some Star Trek stuff, I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna subscribe to the Star Trek Starships and do a review on the whole series. When am I gonna subscribe? That's possibly gonna be never. It will never ever happen. No matter how many people are gonna pester me about why am I throwing money away for something stupid like that. I basically get questions like that. And it's just, just downright idiotic. And if I want to subscribe to something that I love, I'll do it. What I'm going to do is none of people's concerns. If they don't like it, just stay away from my business. You have no rights. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the next question. How many times do I receive a ship? You get 2 ships in 1 month. Basically, when I started out for the USS Enterprise D, that's only just 1 ship. That was way back in September. But when October came around, actually gave me the USS Enterprise refit variant and the Klingon Burrell Bird of Prey. And then next month followed in, I got the NX-01 Enterprise and the Romulan Warbird, and it goes on. There's sometimes and occasions where you actually get a special issue. My first special issue was the J.J. Abrams version of the USS Enterprise, and I absolutely loved it. No matter how many bad things are said about it, about the ship itself, or the movies. And speaking of which, from what I've heard, Justin Lin, you may have heard of him in the Fast and Furious movies. Now, of course, Furious 7 was just recently released in theaters. He's going to go on and direct Star Trek 3 for 2016, the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. That's going to be a big year for Star Trek fans all across the world. And I think it's going to be amazing. Which adversary did I like the most? So far right now, I have 2 for the Klingons, 1 of each for the Romulans, the Jem'Hadar, the Cardassians, and the Borg. I'm going to have to go ahead and say, I'm going to have to go with the Borg. The Borg spear is just amazing. And there's also another question. In a photo, you compared it to a baseball, compared a baseball to the Borg spear. That I did. That I did. It's just showing you the comparison between what a baseball would look like and a Borg spear. So basically a Borg spear looks like a diecast ball. And it's actually pretty funny. Trying to think of a question. How many times do I do a review? Like, what's my video schedule? Well, first, I do the first one. Like, I do it all in chronological order. I do one in a day, upload it during the night, and I do a video review of the next ship, and I upload it a day later. That's how my time flows. I don't normally do package openings, but I will do it on occasions. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do one for this month, but I always talked about doing that, so I may do something like that. Tutorials. When am I next gonna receive my next binder? I'm not sure about when you're gonna receive your next binder after you filled up one, because that's gonna be hard to know. I'm not sure how it works out, because I know the first binder that I received was free. And another question, and I'm going to make this a final question. Do I ever do updates on Eagle Moss, on what Eagle Moss is doing? I'm gonna say this. Already tried. I tried doing a release video of what 40 through 48 looked like, plus a sneak peek preview of the USS Centaur. But there was an audio glitch that I could not be able to hear myself. I tried everything, it did not work. So I was like, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to do one like that ever again. So basically, I don't do update videos like that anymore. Everything that I follow from Star Trek Starships is on Facebook. I'm going to leave a link down in the description for the Star Trek Starships. And if you want to subscribe, it's right down there too. So that way you can start collecting and do video reviews. Speaking of which, another question about that is, if I receive a ship, which video reviews do I take a look at most? I'm going to go ahead and say this. Irish Trekkie. I take a look at his videos first before I do any review on them. So I'm going to leave a link for Irish Trekkie down below, and shout out to Irish Trekkie as well. I love your videos, man. Keep them up. I'm doing Star Trek Starships review, and they're just amazing. So, I got nothing else to say. If you have any other questions, comments, leave them right down in the description below. I would be gladly to answer some of your questions or reply to some of your comments. And other than that, my name is Dustin, and I will see you again.